The story is about a sand that sucks humans or anything it touches into itself, killing them. But what's so special about this sand and what's its secret? Let's find out. The story begins on a beautiful, vibrant beach where a group of friends, along with some of their classmates, are celebrating the end of college with a wild party. The loud music was playing everywhere, and everyone was completely immersed in the fun. Suddenly, two boys discover a strange large object floating near the waves. They all make fun of it, and in their fun, they break the egg-like object slightly. They had no idea what it was. After all the fun, the friends are exhausted. They all fall asleep, and when morning comes, one by one, they wake up to find a girl named Marcia sleeping on a table. But when she opens her eyes, she feels sick. She starts vomiting, and everyone assumes it's probably because of the heavy drinking the night before. But Marsh feels very strange inside. Then we see another girl named Callie watching a bird sitting on the sand. The bird is sitting perfectly fine, but suddenly the sand swallows it. Callie is shocked by this, wondering how this happened. She quickly shouts to her friend Marsh, telling her not to put her foot on the sand. It's dangerous there. But before Marsh can hear her, she has already put her foot on the sand, and her foot starts sinking in. She tries desperately to pull it out, but in the process, her hand also gets stuck in the sand. Now she becomes frightened and starts screaming loudly. Her friends were watching and were also very scared. How could they come to his aid because something very strange was happening in the sand? No one knew what to do. Seeing Marsh's plight, one of his friends in the car came out to help him. Everyone tried to stop him, but he didn't listen. As soon as he stepped on the sand, he fell face down. He fell, stuck to the sand. He tried desperately to save himself, but his skin was already sticking to the sand. His entire body was badly injured by the sticking. Seeing this, his friends started the car so they could somehow pull their friend up. But their car wouldn't start. One of the boy's friends threw him a rope, but the boy was in no condition to grab the rope, and within moments, his entire body was submerged in the sand. Everyone else watched helplessly. They were now terrified and made a plan to get away quickly. The boy sitting in the driver's seat, Jonah, tries to start the car again, but it won't start. Then we see a fat man, Gilbert, trapped inside a drum. He starts to move. His friends tell him not to move at all because if he falls, the sand will suck him in, come in. The man says, "Are you guys kidding me?" He actually thought his friends were playing a trick on him. He didn't see it with his own eyes. He was asleep at the time, and now he's starting to feel pain standing inside this drum. That's why he's moving. Boy tells him someone will come to help us in the next 2 hours. We've called. So if you stay quiet here, they'll rescue us. Hearing this, the man agrees, but the boy lied. No help was coming. They were all trapped. Marsh's friend then says, "Quiz, we had a party on this very beach last night. Why didn't this sand harm us? There were other people here too. Where did they all go?" Then they realize that they've all gone into the sand and they were saved because they were sleeping on something on top of the sand. The fat man starts screaming again, burning from the sun's rays. His friend throws him sunscreen and tells him to apply it. It'll give him some relief. The man applies it and he gets some relief. Then they all notice the object they found last night and damaged. In the darkness of the night, they couldn't make out much about it. But now, in the morning light, they realized that it was actually an egg, and they made a grave mistake by breaking it. This means that whatever was inside that egg has now come out, and it's entirely possible that the object inside that egg has mixed with the sand and is now hunting them. Now Jonah realizes that just sitting around won't help. He has to do something himself. So he picks up a skateboard and tries to get to the table. As he approaches, his board slips, completely throwing him off balance. Suddenly, something emerges from the sand and touches his stomach. But Jonah, undeterred, immediately climbs onto a table where a bag containing food and drinks has been placed. He also finds a banana in the bag, but when he eats it, he vomits apes. When he looks at his stomach, he sees a sore. The infection was caused by touching the object hidden in the sand. Everyone is terrified by this, but Jonah tells them not to worry, it's nothing. Just think about your own survival. But then Jonah's wound becomes very painful and his condition worsens. His wound begins to bleed and his girlfriend Callie begins to cry and Jonah lies down. Just then, a girl in the car tells everyone that their phones are in the trunk and they need to do something to get them out so they can call for help. So, they can call for help. But no one wants to risk it because the trunk can't be opened from inside. One girl says, I'll do it. She gathers courage and goes over, but the trunk won't open. Then a girl named Chanda gives her a piece of wood so she can hold on tight and prevent herself from falling into the sand. But she still can't open the trunk. Callie gives her a rod and tells her to try again. Finally, the girl manages to open the trunk. But then they see a car approaching in the distance. It was the supervisor. They all look at it and when their attention is diverted, the girl trying to open the trunk gets her finger stuck in the trunk and the trunk closes. She screams in pain and they all try to call her for help. The supervisor approaches them and taunts them saying, oh, your generation does such stupid things after drinking. But they all tell him, we're in trouble. He drives his car toward them and starts to get off. Everyone yells, don't step on the sand. But as soon as he steps on the sand, they see that nothing happens to him. He first goes to Jonah and, seeing the wound on his stomach, wonders who did it. He then tries to pull the fat man out of the drum, but he's so heavy, he can't even move. So the supervisor says, don't worry. I'll call my team here shortly and they'll get you out of here. But I don't understand what you're doing here. Then Jonah's friend tries to explain everything, saying, our friend's fingers are stuck in the trunk of the car. The supervisor approaches her, but he offers no help. Seeing this, Callie begins to yell at him. The supervisor approaches her and asks, whoa, are you talking so rudely to me? What's wrong with you? She replies, Nanta, can't you see we're in trouble? We can't get on the sand. This sand has already swallowed 2 of our friends. The supervisor says, don't joke with me. If that's the case, how am I even standing on the sand? You guys should get down quickly. But Jonah's friends don't get down, knowing they'll pay with their lives. Enraged, the supervisor tries to take out his gun, but his keys fall onto the sand. Everyone tells him not to pick them up, but he doesn't listen. And as he reaches out to pick up his keys, the sand catches him. The supervisor had pepper spray, which he sprayed on the sand, but it was ineffective as the creature bit off half his arm, causing profuse bleeding. Everyone panicked and screamed aid. Kelly, thinking it might help them defeat the creature, suddenly fell completely into the sand, Dodge swallowing him whole. Upstairs, Kevin's friends conferred with their friends, realizing that the supervisor was unharmed because his shoes were so sturdy and had a cloth-like bottom. The boy then asked his friends to throw him a towel so they could tie it to his feet and escape. When his friends threw the towel, he fell down, trying to catch it. As he falls, several thread-like objects emerge from the sand, presumably the creature's tentacles. They cling to his entire body and begin to drink his blood. He screams in pain, and in no time, they disappear into the sand, just like the others. This frightens them, and Chanda begins to cry, her hands covering her ears. Just then, Callie tells her that everything will be fine. She tells Chanda to straighten the grill of one of the cabins, and after placing another grill there, she jumps from the high cabin and gets into the car. As soon as she gets into the car, she slaps Chanda, claiming she was the one who planned to come here. Although Chanda wasn't at fault. Together, they try to free the girl's fingers from the trunk, and finally, they free her. They tie a towel around her hand. Then, on the other side, we see the fat man whose entire body aches from being trapped in the drum. In the drum. Blood also begins to flow from his body, and when the blood falls on the sand, tentacles emerge from the sand, alerting the creature that a human is present. A human is present. Meanwhile, the two girls connect Kevin's grills to make their way to the table, and Chanda approaches Jonah. The girl whose finger was stuck in the trunk of the car tells Callie that she should leave now because her hand is bleeding, and if her blood spills on the sand, the creature will attack them. Callie then walks over. Finally, the girl with the injured finger begins to walk on the grill. But suddenly, blood starts dripping from her hand, and as she loses her balance, she falls onto the sand, swallowing her. On the other side, we see the fat man whose drum was bleeding, so the tentacles are attracted to him. We then see Chanda, who ties towels to her feet and begins walking on the sand, where nothing happens to her. She quickly climbs into the supervisor's car, and the fat man, seeing this, is overjoyed, thinking, now we can get out of here. But he didn't know that tentacles had completely hollowed out his drum from the bottom. Now the tentacles grow enormous and suddenly wrap around his entire body. They drag him down, killing him. The creature, having grown enormously large, because it had eaten so many people, its tentacles had become incredibly powerful. The creature then approaches the supervisor's car and begins shaking it violently. This causes Chanda to lose her balance, fall unconscious and fall over the car. Now Callie is completely alone, as the survivors are in dire straits. She becomes terrified. Night falls and Chanda regains consciousness as well. She slowly gathers herself and gets up, nursing her injuries. Without wasting any time, she begins searching the car for any way out of this hell. Luckily, she discovers a floating life raft that inflates itself at the touch of a button. Chanda immediately drops the raft, and in no time, it inflates into a sturdy rubber boat. She lays Jonah on it and drags him to the car. Just as Callie's about to get into the car, the creature blocks the car door with its tentacles. The creature's tentacles are glowing, emitting a blue light. But Callie remains undeterred and manages to climb onto the car. She sees a can of gasoline inside. She reaches for it, but the creature has grabbed it, refusing to let it go. So without wasting any time, Callie picks up another can and begins spraying it all over the car. Meanwhile, some petrol spills onto the creature, setting it ablaze. The creature's tentacles also begin to burn, causing it to writhe in pain. Callie immediately gets inside the car and closes the door. The creature also tries to open the door. However, the severe burns have sapped its strength and it retreats back into the sand. It's been a long night, and the three of them are terrified. So they fall asleep in the car. In the morning, someone knocks on their car window. It looks like a police officer. When Callie steps out and puts her foot on the sand, it doesn't stick. Chanda also comes out, and they both escape safely. They originally thought the creature had died from the night's burning, as there was no movement in the sand and everything was quiet. But Jonah's wounds were so deep that he had died. Finally, we learned something shocking. In fact, the creature wasn't dead yet. It had simply slipped into the sea and was heading straight for the city. This means its next target is the entire city. That concludes the story. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel and like the video.